I'm saying for another one, you already know what it is, man. It is your boy Trouble J in the building, man. Um, we back, we here, y'all. You feel me? If you know, then you know. Timeout with Trouble, aka Timeout tonight. Throwback Thursdays, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to everybody tuned in, rocking with me the whole nine, man. You know what I mean? It's good vibes tonight for sure. If you know, then you know already, man. Casual conversations across the nation, cool vibes weekly, y'all. You know what I mean? If you know, then you know, man. Been quite the week. Been quite the week, man. You know what I'm saying? The grind continues heavily, you know what I'm saying? Trying to stay locked in, trying to stay on track with a lot of things too as well, man. And, you know, it's all a part of the journey, man. You know what I'm saying? It's all a part of the process for sure, for sure. You know. But that's what makes life, you know what I'm saying, great. To be able to, you know, appreciate a lot of those things, man, for sure. But y'all know what it is, man. It's 90s, you know what I'm saying, nostalgia, for real. You know what I mean? You already know what time it is, man.
We're about to take it back.
Yes, sir, man. Throwback Thursdays, y'all. You know what I'm saying? The crazy part is you feel what I'm saying? We in 2025, man. So for everybody that's, you know, from that 1990s crew, late 80s crew, you feel what I'm saying? 2000s crew, at this point, 2010s, because it's crazy. We finna be close to the 2030s, man. You feel me? For real, man. But you feel what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, we back forward, y'all. As y'all know how I like to do, though, for sure. You know what I'm saying? We got to rock with the 90s, though, for sure. At some point, I will get into the 2000s with it. You feel what I'm saying? But for the 90s nostalgia, for the 90s crew, if you know, you know. You know what I mean? And that's the key thing, for real, man. If you know, then you know. Because it's a lot that I feel like from the 90s era and from the 2000s era, especially for the new generation now, that folks just won't never like at this point. If I may ask some people about some things about the 90s, you probably ain't even gonna understand it. It's prehistoric to you. That's what y'all call it. Or you feel what I'm saying? Old school, whatever the case may be. I ask some things at this point, it's no way y'all gonna know. You feel me? No way. Matter of fact, hold on real quick. There we go. Okay, cool. So I know where we at. Yo, this is okay. You know what? Where we gonna start at, man? Where are we going to start at? If you know, then you know where we're gonna start at. Not gonna lie. Classic. If you know, then you know, man. We finna start off with it for real. If you know, then you know, man. The 3D chips. If you remember the 3D chips in this era, man, you feel me? This was a true definition of snack on the go. You feel me? Of course, the Pringle game was out. Of course, you feel me? You know, little bite-sized snacks, whatever. But I'm not gonna lie. Before everything got advanced the way it is now, you know what I'm saying, with the different flavors, the little mystery drops, you know what I'm saying, everything, like you had these right here. Pop the top off, pour a couple in that bad boy, you feel what I'm saying, literally twist and go on the go, man. And you was waiting for so many flavors to drop at one point, you feel what I'm saying, with all of these. You was literally waiting, you feel what I'm saying. As y'all see, Doritos, the 3D ones, shouts out to Doritos 3Ds too. At one point, I remember when those that came out, man. You got the Cheeto Puffs, Flaming Hot, and the Cheeto. You got the classic Lay's. You got the crunchy Cheetos. You got the Funyuns. You got the Frito Scoops. Well, Frito Scoops was tough. You feel what I'm saying? Flavor Twist Honey Barbecue might be one of the hardest chips out too, for real. You feel what I'm saying? Because if you know, then you know, essentially. But the 3D chips, for real, This was fire right here. You feel what I'm saying? This was straight nostalgic on a whole nother level. Again, because it wasn't even, you didn't really have to drop the flavors like that every time. It was just, you was waiting, you know what I'm saying, you was waiting for some of these just to drop. That was a cool part. You know what I'm saying? That's the way that's essentially the way I look at it. You feel what I'm saying? It's literally what I'm saying. I know the era right there and how lit that was. You know what I'm saying? Because everything they have to be advanced in. It just had to kind of be, you know what I'm saying, a slight shock value. You feel me? Top shooter. 5'5". What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Let me pull up my Twitch real quick, y'all. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me pull it up real quick. So I need to be able to see everything too. I need to be able to see everything real quick. I'm trying to see if this is hey, this Bernard. I'm trying to see, man. I don't be remember with the Twitch names like that, man. I ain't sure. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I was saying, y'all, you feel me? Like, it's night is nostalgia tonight, man. So you know what I'm saying? If you know, then you know. You already know what time it is. You feel me? This right here, clutch. This was when I was really, you know what I'm saying, even in the midst of me hooping, you know what I'm saying? Like as a kid, after practice, all that good stuff, you know what I'm saying, coming back to the crib, man, if you know, then you know. You know what I'm saying? The luck of the Irish. Because see, Disney was doing them themes. Halloween, you know what I'm saying? St. Patrick's Day, Christmas, the whole nine, like you had something to look forward to, you know what I'm saying, with the lineups. And if you was a hooper at the time, / you know what I'm saying, you was into Disney with the animated movies, all that good stuff, you feel me, like still a kid at heart, this was clutch right here. If you know, then you know. Luck of the Irish was that movie. You feel what I'm saying? It was dope. Special effects, again, didn't even have to be crazy. You know what I'm saying? Come to find out, Buddy was a leprechaun. You know what I'm saying? A little magic, you know what I mean, with the hooping and all that. If you remember the other classic movie too as well, the Sixth Man, that was real fire. You feel what I'm saying? With the Wayans brothers on there. Well, I think Marlon Wayans was on there. Marlon Wayans and Buddy from I gotta remember, man, where he was from. I can't remember. I gotta look it up, but the Luck of the Irish was a vibe. Whole vibe. You feel what I'm saying? Every time. Like, this is a classic movie for real. If you was a hooper. I think Double Team was another one too with the two sisters on there. You feel what I'm saying? But this one right here was classic, bro. Even like how the leprechaun, you know what I'm saying, the family was trying to keep the secret and stuff. He didn't really know he was a leprechaun, you know what I'm saying? I think the dad wasn't. But I believe like the mom and stuff was, you feel what I'm saying? And then she married like the dad, you know, to try to, you know, live a little normal life. But Buddy was hooping. You feel me? That's the thing. He was nice. Nice with it. You feel me? He had the little medallion or something, I think he had a medallion the whole time. You know what I'm saying? On the movie. But it was tough though. You feel what I'm saying? Green Irish Luck with the hooping, you know what I'm saying? I think he was a star player and all that too. If you know, then you know. You gotta revert back, you know what I'm saying, to this movie for sure, because that movie was, you know what I'm saying, that was a certified classic. If you know, you know. It was a very, very, very certified classic. You feel what I'm saying? If y'all know, y'all know. See, the new one finna drop, which is cool. You feel what I'm saying? The new one coming out. But see, this is what I'm talking about nostalgia right here. Final Destination, the first one. The first one was a vibe, bruh. If you know, then you know. You feel what I'm saying? Buddy right there, the star of the show. You feel what I'm saying? That very first one, y'all. Before you knew, you know what I'm saying, before they started getting real creative with it, I will say, because after, like, you know what I'm saying, a couple of ones down the line, you know, it was like the animation and all that, you know what I'm saying, was on a whole nother level for real. Like, some of it was a little, I'll say this. I started watching a lot of them, like, after the first Final Destination and maybe the second one too. You feel what I'm saying? What I wouldn't say unrealistic, because you know what I'm saying, you never know. But some of them started to get a little, you know what I'm saying, a little whack, a little corny. You feel me? But this first one, 2000, this was when the first one dropped. It was the real deal. You feel what I'm saying? That first one was tough. You know what I mean? And Punk'd, see what I'm saying? And Punk'd in 2003, man. Two classics right here, man. Ashton Kutcher on Punk'd. And he did it too good. You feel what I'm saying? That was the thing. Ashton Kutcher had any and every celebrity on there at one point. You feel what I'm saying? Ultimate pranks. I will say that. You know what I'm saying? And for the most part, it don't even seem like none of it was in the loop. The whole crew that he had, you know what I'm saying, as he was pulling these off, I'm not gonna lie, the show was genius, y'all. If you know, you know. If you was really watching MTV like that at this time, 2000, you know what I'm saying, 3, because like I said, 90s to 2000s, you feel what I'm saying, we in that era for sure. You know, they kind of overlap with each other for sure, but Punk was that show. And I don't think anybody from the ones that I watch, I don't think anybody ever really caught on to it. Or even if they did catch on to it, you know what I'm saying, at the end, it was still smooth. Because Ashton Kutcher, if he got too crazy, if you know, Ashton Kutcher had to pop out, you know what I'm saying, sometimes at the end. Like, he had to pop out to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, everything was good. See? It's that classic nostalgia, man. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. If you know, then you know about the classics of the shows, man. If you know, then you know, man. Back in the days, y'all, for real. Now, this is the one right here. McDonald's did go from that. Back then, when you hit Mickey D's as a kid with that playground outside, you know what I'm saying, that colorful slide, you know what I mean, the whole vibes, the toys in the pack, the whole thing, into the modern version now, that's what I'm saying, man. That's when we was outside. That's when we was outside. When you pull up to the McDonald's and all that, especially as a youngin', you expected to go out to that playground and play, man. Get your little Happy Meal. Get your little snacks. You feel what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, they had a juice box, the milk, all that good stuff, man. And then you out there on the playground. Literally. You feel what I'm saying? It was a vibe, man. It was a vibe. You see the difference. You see the technology version versus, you know what I'm saying, the original where everybody was just, you know, freely like we vibing there. You know what I'm saying? McDonald's at this point was probably when McDonald's was even safer to eat. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's probably been on the same junk it's been on the whole time, but hey, yo, different era. You feel what I'm saying? This how the times evolved right here in a whole different space, y'all. We was out there, we was outside with it. Back then, especially as a kid, then I know for sure, like, if you was going to the fast food spot, like, it needed to have a playground. I think even Chick-fil-A and all that definitely had the playground and stuff, even going there, man. Like, a lot of them had the playground vibes, or they really catered to, you know what I'm saying, the kids and, like, the whole Happy Meal experience for sure. I don't even know if everybody even got Happy Meals no more. I know McDonald's still do, you know what I'm saying, a couple of them, but not gonna lie to you. A lot of the ones that, you know what I'm saying, essentially before, almost everybody had Happy Meals at one point. And it was a toy in there, you know what I'm saying? You can mix and match the Happy Meal, all that good stuff. We different now. You feel what I'm saying? You got to go back to the kid-friendly vibes. I know they doing these themes, dropping different things now and all that good stuff too. Trying to get creative with it, but nothing is gonna suffice the classic nostalgia of, you know what I'm saying, the original Mickey D's. the original Burger King, when Burger King was, you know what I'm saying, cool. I'm trying to think. Wendy's and all that was cool too, but you know what I'm saying, it was like the mecca of certain ones. McDonald's, Burger King. I'm trying to think what else. Taco Bell. Because at one point, that nostalgic, like old school Taco Bell look was fire. Because at one point, you know what I'm saying, that's what it was. As if you was in like Arizona or in the desert, you feel what I'm saying? It gave off like real Spanish vibes, which was fire. You feel me? Because of course it wasn't authentic at all. Let's be for real, y'all. It was never authentic like that with Taco Bell, but they gave off the aesthetic like it was. You feel me? They made it cool in a way to where it was like, okay, man, this a vibe. You feel what I'm saying? Like Taco Bell used to really be one of the spots that a lot of folks would eat at too at the time, you know what I'm saying? Because of the nostalgia of it. Because of how it looked. If you know, you know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. If you know, you know, man. You know what I mean? It's so many on here too, man. As I'm going down on here, y'all, on the 90s nostalgia and 2000s, man. It's so many on here, man. Y'all, the evolution of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, man. The evolution of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, y'all, from 1990 all the way to 2016. They was fire. They was cool. It was the Power Rangers and it was the Ninja Turtles. You know what I'm saying? Like the crews was fire, period. You feel what I'm saying? At some point with them and Master Splinter and Shredder, you know what I'm saying? The whole pizza vibe, everybody was rocking with that heavy too. You know what I'm saying? If you know, then you know, like, it was a whole, you know what I'm saying, experience, man. Raphael, Michelangelo, Donatello. What was the last one? Whoa, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Raphael, Michelangelo, Donatello. Whoa, hold on now. Don't tell me I done forgot the fourth one. Don't tell me I done forgot the fourth one. Okay, Raphael, Donatello, Michelangelo. Let me see something real quick. Raphael. Yo, am I tripping right now, y'all? Am I tripping or am I tripping? Cause it's no way, bro. Hold on, bro. It's no way. Facts, though. You feel me? That I should be. Hold on. Ninja Turtle names. There we go. Leonardo. Come on, bro. What the hell, bro? I'm tripping, bro. What the hell wrong with me, bro? I'm tripping, bro. Yeah, Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, Michelangelo. Why? How I forget Leonardo, man? I'm tripping. Leonardo was the leader too. You're right. Leonardo, the leader, known for his sword and blue bandana. Raphael, the brawn of the group, known for his sais and red bandana. Donatello, the tech-savvy one, known for his bow staff and purple bandana. And Michelangelo, the playful one, known for his nunchucks and orange bandana. You're right, that was the one. That was the one that joked a lot too, man. But like, this was that original crew. If you know, then you know. This was that original crew, y'all. You feel me? Like, this is one of my favorites for sure. Like, childhood heroes, man. Or like childhood, you know what I'm saying? Action vibes like that. It was them. And you see how they done evolved, though. 1990, 1991, 1993. See, they look completely different. 2014, 2016. Way more brolic, too. Like I said, I get it because you got to expand with the times. But it was real, like, playful. You feel what I'm saying? I would say, like, in the 90s and junk. They still was cool. You know what I'm saying? They still was, you know what I'm saying? The action pack, you know, it was still action packed, too, but just a different look. Like I said, you know, the whole CGI and all the special effects and all that, you know what I'm saying? Definitely look crazy in the new one. Even the way they got the, you know what I'm saying, they wearing the bandanas on, you know what I'm saying, that look a lot cooler too, I ain't gonna lie, in the newer version for sure. I think I seen the first one. I don't think I seen the second one though. I will say that, but I know I seen the first one, y'all. You know what I'm saying, for sure. I saw the first one, guaranteed. But that's it, man. That's a childhood classic. Hold on. Oh, does it say when it dropped? Okay. So it did say that. Got it. Cool one right here, y'all. If you know, then you know. You feel what I'm saying? If you know, then you know. Classic right here, nostalgic. Where would you sit? Now, this the cool one right here. Because when you was in school on the bus, you feel what I'm saying? Well, it depends on what school you went to. You feel what I'm saying? I know everybody be like, you know what I'm saying, maybe the cool kids sat in the back, or you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be, or like you had certain seats depending on your buses or whatever, high school, whatever. It was a little different, I ain't gonna lie. High school was a little different for me, you feel me? Like everybody was pretty cool, you feel what I'm saying? Like I said, I was popular enough, but you know the vibes, you know, we ain't really have assigned seat in high school like that. Everybody was pretty chill, you know what I'm saying, in my neighborhood, especially like, I'd say like ninth grade year. I think that was like ninth grade. Like right before, you know what I'm saying, I went to prep and all that. Yeah. Everybody was pretty much cool on our bus, man. You feel what I'm saying? Like our whole little crew. So, you know, we didn't really have assigned seats, you know what I'm saying? Or like front and back. I guess like the you know what I'm saying, the younger classmen kind of set up in the front, you know what I'm saying? Or folks that was kind of distant to themselves. Like we had some folks that was chill, you know what I'm saying? Don't mean they ain't have friends and all that, but just chill, you know, like in the middle of the bus. And most of us, I mean, for real, we sat in the back of the bus. I ain't gonna lie. I used to go like right before, like in the middle of the neighborhood, I think. Yeah. That's how we had it. Cause at one point when I was at South Gwinnett, man, I know like the front of the bus, that was the crazy part. The front of the neighborhood was on a whole different bus. Literally. And then even some of the people in the front neighborhood went to a different school. That's the part that always threw me off, period. I was like, damn, how we in the same neighborhood and folks going to different schools? You feel what I'm saying? Or not even riding on the same bus. Like, it was a lot of students, but we could have fit on the same bus, man. But, you know what I'm saying, it's cool. Like, once the bus used to come up the hill, I ain't even gonna lie to you. You feel me? Like, right at the corner when I used to come out the house, maybe like 4-5 houses up, everybody linked right there too, get on the bus. So I was in a space a lot of times, unless I missed the bus coming around the first time and I had to catch it coming back around, which I had to do that plenty of times. At one point, run after the bus to try to catch it. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. But, yeah, so I was usually able to, like, pick my seat, man. You feel what I'm saying? You know, we had a little crew, man. Me and my boy E, Sammy, BJ, man, I'm trying to remember everybody that was on there with us, man. Ray John, Isaac, man, Osei. Yeah, it was a vibe, man. I ain't even gonna lie, man. It was a vibe for sure. You know what I'm saying? On that bus, man. Definitely, man. But they got it right here, y'all. So in the front, I rock with my boy in the front, though. You feel what I'm saying? In the front of the bus, y'all see who it is. It's that boy Chucky Fester right there, man. It's that boy Chucky from Rugrats. I ain't gonna lie. Chucky was cool. He was cool. You feel me? Him and Tommy, Phil and Lil, all them, like, Chucky was slick cool. You feel what I'm saying? But they got my boy Chucky in front of the bus. You feel what I'm saying? That's one thing that I ain't never do. You know what I mean? Nothing wrong with if you sit in front of the bus. That's cool. Like I said, usually for the younger classmen, or, you know what I'm saying, somebody that you know, kind of to themselves a little bit, set to the front, you know, didn't really, you know, I say conversate with everybody. But that's a no-no. I can't even pick nobody in row not row, my bad. I can't pick number 1 and number 9 at all. Y'all is way in the front of the bus. I can't do that. At some points, you got in trouble and you had to sit at the front of the bus. Like, naturally, you ain't gonna sit in front of the bus, period. But shouts out to Chucky, though. I'm not sure who number 9 is, you feel what I'm saying? I can't quite remember to that degree, you feel what I'm saying? I don't quite remember, y'all. I don't quite remember at all, man. You know. I don't. But it's all good, though. But, hey, you see who in row 2nd and 8? I mean, not row, my bad. I keep saying row, y'all. Y'all see who in 2 and 8. Not gonna lie. I rock with 2. You feel me? Rocket Power was one of my favorite shows, period. And if you talking about sitting by somebody like that on the bus, bro, they had to be cool. They was cool. You feel what I'm saying? They was skateboarding, surfing, rollerblade, the whole 9. I don't even. They might have been hooping baseball, whatever. But it seemed like at one point, bro, Rocket Power, bro, they was doing everything. Like they was the coolest kids out, period. And they ain't even know damn well how to do none of that at one point, period. I was not no skater, you know what I'm saying, rollerblade, none of that. I had to learn eventually, you know what I'm saying, how to do it. But they made it cool. Not gonna lie to you, they made it cool, y'all. And that's Sam and Reggie right there. Y'all remember it was Otto, Maurice, Reggie, and Sam, you know what I'm saying? That was like the little 4-man crew for sure. And then Tito, you know what I'm saying? He ran a little food stand, the food shop. You had Lars, Raymundo, that was his dad. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. It was a vibe, yeah. I wish it was Otto. If Otto was on here, you know what I'm saying? Shouts out to my boy Otto. Otto was the coolest, you feel what I'm saying? I would have sat, you know what I'm saying? I would have sat next to the Otto and chopped it up. You feel me? It's crazy, though. I said this before, y'all. And it makes sense now. I said this before. I was like, yo, Rocket Power remind me of, like, the live-action version of that movie Brink. If y'all remember Brink, that was one of the 5s, you know what I'm saying? I guess Skater or, you know what I'm saying, like, those type of movies that was out. Andy Brinker, I still remember. He was with the Soul Skaters. You feel what I'm saying? That was the original crew. Him and his homeboy, 2 homeboys and his homegirl, you know what I'm saying? They were Soul Skaters. If you know, then you know. I rock with the movie heavy. And I think it was Team X. Yeah, Team X Blaze was the one that was supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, sponsored, popular, all that good stuff. He ended up, you know what I'm saying, betraying them, joining, you know what I'm saying, Team X Blaze and all that, you know what I'm saying? Little 5 movie, if you know what it is. And I was like, bruh, that do remind me of the cartoon version. It's like the cartoon version of it. Then I started to think too, did Brink come from Rocket Power or did Rocket Power come from Brink? Cause I feel like they might have got the idea from that. Of course, you know what I'm saying, Brink, like Andy Brinker, them, then they didn't skate or none of that at all. Let me see when this dropped. When did Rocket Power come out? Rocket Power. Let me see something. Rocket Power release date was 1999, August 16th. Yo, 1998. That's crazy, y'all. Okay, so Brink came out in 1998, right before Rocket Power. That's why I said, bro, I got to be right about it, man. I got to be right about it, y'all. Rocket Power came out after Brink. I'm like, I knew something was up, man. I knew it makes sense now, y'all. It makes sense. Andy Brinker, Val, Gabriella, yep. Peter, I remember Peter was on there. Arnie. Yo, this was it, man. This was that vibe, y'all. If y'all know, man. Johnny Tsunami, Motocross, Alley Cat Strike, Smart House, The 13th Year, Z9, Luck of the Irish, Double Team, that was the other one I was talking about. Phantom of the Megaplex. Yo. That was a whole vibe back there, y'all. I remember the quote, man. Brink, when you woke up this morning, did you say to yourself, today I'm going to talk or today I'm going to skate? See what I'm saying, bro? It was a vibe, man. If you know, and I wasn't even no skater, bro. But shouts out to him. You know what I'm saying? You got the Wild Thornberries. Shouts out to the Wild Thornberries. Like, they was cool. You feel what I'm saying? It's more like they was cool. You feel me? Like, they weren't upper echelon, but it was cool, though. You feel me? So, like, I'll probably, like, if I got on the bus, I'll probably chop it up, you know what I'm saying, with 8 for sure, real quick. 7, shouts out to it, man. My boy had Arnold right there. I can't remember the other dude right there because, like I said, John, I'm trying to remember all the classics. But Arnold, Hey Arnold was cool. Not even gonna lie. Hey Arnold is somebody I would have sat by on the bus for sure. You know what I'm saying? Cat Dog right there at number 4. Shouts out to y'all too. You know what I'm saying? Weirdest dynamic ever when they first came out with Cat Dog. I never understood it, but it was funny. You feel what I'm saying? I will say that. 5, my boy back there with Jimmy Neutron. That's fire. I'm not even gonna lie. That whole like long seat in the back, I don't know where the hell they had that at on any type of bus at all. No damn way. You feel what I'm saying? I know when I was going to school, they didn't have that long seat in the back, but hey, for the picture purpose, shouts out to you, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he probably was still cool. That's why I said, hey, that's why I be saying don't judge a book by its cover, because my boy right there sitting in the back, where the cool folks was really at for real in the back. That's how you know what's up. If you know, you know. But I mean, shouts out to it, bro. Easy one for me on this one, y'all. I'm sending number 6 with my boy Gerald. If you know, you know. My boy Gerald, you know what I'm saying? From Hey Arnold. Flat top, my boy Gerald used to hoop too. You feel what I'm saying? Keeping it cool, popular, all that good stuff, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we homeboys for sure. I already know what time it is. I'm sending number 6 with Gerald on the bus. You feel me? Best seat on the bus for sure. Hands down. I'm chopping it up with everybody now, like I said, as I'm making my way to the back of the bus. But if I'm sitting with somebody in the seat, and sometimes you just have your own seat, you know what I'm saying? I definitely had them vibes too a few times, you know what I'm saying, all throughout high school. Well, a lot of times, you know, I had my own little seat by myself. But if I'm teaming up with somebody for sure, for the good convos, for the hoop session, you know what I'm saying, talking about the day, you know what I'm saying, all that cool stuff, I'm rocking with my boy Gerald, y'all. I'm rocking with my boy Gerald at number 6. You know what I'm saying? Honorable mention, not gonna cap to you. I'm pulling up on Reggie and, you know what I'm saying? Reggie and Dan right there. Rocket Power. 3rd choice, cause you know what I'm saying, I only get 3. Shouts out to Buddy over there, but Buddy gotta come out the way, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to 7 with my boy Hey Arnold right there for sure. Those the top 3. So from Hey Arnold in 3rd, 2nd, I'm going with, you know what I'm saying, the Rocket Power crew. If I had to, you know what I'm saying, chop it up with them. 1st, I'm rocking with my boy Gerald, you know what I'm saying, number 6 right there. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. You feel what I'm saying? That's simple. Come on now. If you know, then you know. If you know, then you know. Oh. Yo, this was a classic too, though. I'm not even gonna lie. If you know, you know, bro. Blues Clues, if you know, then you know. You talking about imagination right here for real, man. Miss Frizzle and the Magic School Bus. You feel what I'm saying? Rainbow. You know what I mean? You had vibes. My boy right here was a vibe for sure. Blues Clues with the little handwritten sofa, whatever it is, drawn on sofa, Blues Clues. That notepad right there was clutch. You feel me? That notepad that was checking the mail, you know what I'm saying? You see the little noggin logo. Come on, bro. Classic kid television right there. Classic kid television right there. Every time. Never missed. If you know, then you know exactly what I'm talking about, y'all. Never missed. You tell me. If it did miss, you know what I'm saying? Y'all tell me what's up. Because, hey, man. Nah, bruh. Whole vibe. Blues Clues was a whole. The crazy thing is, even with the nostalgia of it, you know what I'm saying? Of growing up with this stuff, and they be like, they way older than us. That was the other part I ain't even understand. I'm watching some of these shows thinking we like the same age. with a lot of the not my boy off Blue's Clues, but a lot of the other classic shows too. I'm like, yo, you thinking in your head that you know what I'm saying, you going through life or you going through these series of shows and like y'all the same age, so y'all growing up together on TV and all that. Man, come on, man, folks be about this double your age, you know what I'm saying, 10 years more. Some of them be about the same, but you know, my boy right here was a classic. If you know, you know. My boy right here was a whole vibe, man. A whole vibe. Bruh, if you know, you know, man. Stop playing. See, this is that good nostalgia right here. Them codes, them cheat codes, bruh. Them cheat codes when you used to go online and you have to write all of them down. You feel what I'm saying? And you got to press the buttons like in real time to be able to do all the cheats. Fire, bruh. Because GTA, especially Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, like they showing on here, was that one. You talking about open world vibing, man. I'm talking about, boy, you had all the fits. You was customizing all the cars. You feel what I'm saying? You was jacking everybody hood. You feel me? Everything on there, man. All the races on there. You know what I'm saying? Like all the races they used to do. Like I think you had it at one point. You went like into the country somewhere. You feel what I'm saying? Where you had to free somebody. Like CJ was a vibe on here. Like before GTA 5 and even the 6 one that's coming out, that's for sure we gotta rock with. This is nostalgia. And them cheat codes was like you had to put it in a certain type of way. They weren't playing no games, bro. That left triangle, square X, whatever, roll the thumb, you know what I'm saying? L trigger, all like you had to hold it on point every time. I don't even think like you could do it to the point and like there was permanent. I think sometimes like if you did, like if you died on the game or if you restarted, I don't know if it always let you save like with the cheats. I know you had to put them in. And most time when you was on the game, you feel what I'm saying, on someone you had to do it like while you was live in the game. It wasn't even no start. You know what I'm saying? Set the cheat up and do that. Like, nah, you had to sit there, boom, 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 with the fingers real quick, boom, unlock weapons, boom, 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 ultimate, you know what I'm saying? Unlimited health, boom, boom, boom. The, what you call it? The vest, all that good stuff. Like, come on, man. If you know, you know. If you know, you know, y'all. If you know, then you know. Man, it's that good nostalgia, y'all. I'm telling you. It's that great nostalgia. See, that's what I said. And that's why we wait for it to come back. That's why we wait for it to come back. As you can see, these four carried the Scary Movie series. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. And I'm talking about the classics. Of course, you know what I'm saying? I think we finna be on the 6th one. Don't ever play, bruh. Don't ever play right here, bruh. Sydney for sure. The Wayne brothers for sure. Regina Hall for sure. Come on, man. Anna Faris, my bad. Classic, bruh. You talking about funny as hell? This shit was funny as hell with these four right here every time, y'all. Every time, man. I even remember my favorite one, or one of my favorite ones too, when the Ring Girl came out the TV. You know what I'm saying? And Regina Hall, like when she was in there talking about, man, why your TV messing up? Your TV messing up. You know what I'm saying? The water was leaking out that shit. And then she ended up like whooping the Ring Girl ass, like, you know what I'm saying, in the living room. I think until the Ring Girl ended up taking her out. And like they had Sydney clueless as, boy, that shit was so damn funny, boy. They had Sydney so damn clueless on the movie sometimes, and that shit was funny a lot of times, just even seeing how like dumbfounded they had her being, but it was funny though, you feel me, because she was still funny too, but like the setup was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Marlon Wayans, you already know his character, that nigga was hell of like, bruh, high all the time, you know what I'm saying? Funny as hell. You had Sean on there too, you know what I'm saying? Funny too, like the Nike commercial one, hard. I mean, with the Nike one when they was in the mansion, you know what I'm saying, with the basketball and all that, with Buddy in the wheelchair. Not gonna lie, one of the hardest scenes I will say out of Scary Movie for sure. I ain't talking about scary, or you know what I'm saying, like funny. One of the hardest ones for sure, bruh. I'm telling y'all, man, it was that Nike commercial for real. It was the Nike commercial, man. The Nike commercial, y'all, guaranteed, man. Man. Yo, stop it. Cut it out, man. Cut it out, man. This is crazy, y'all. One of my favorite shows for sure. If you know, you know. This was definitely one of my favorite shows, man. Definitely. Smart Guy, fire. One of my favorite ones, period, man. TJ Maury. And at one point, y'all, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't know at first that he was related to T and Tamara. I didn't. As smooth as it was at first when you had Sister and you had Smart Guy, I didn't never try to put two and two together. I just know both shows was fire as hell, period. You feel what I'm saying? Both of them was fire. Sister was a whole vibe with Roger, you know what I'm saying, and the pops and the mom, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was a classic for sure. I felt like really everybody on Sister was the main character. Same thing with the Smart Guy. The sister, the brother, you know what I'm saying? Even the best friend, the pops, like, that was a cool ass show, period. And it was all in different stages on there too. That's what made it fire. Because I think the sister was the oldest, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if she was in Chile or something, but I know she was very popular. The brother too, you know what I'm saying? The younger brother. Like, I mean, come on, man. If y'all know, then y'all know, man. If y'all know, then y'all know. Like, this was classic. This was one of my favorite shows, for real, man. One of my favorite shows, man. The whole lineup, though, they used to be on Disney. Not the kid version. You feel what I'm saying? Yup. Jason Weaver, Omar Gooding, Essence Atkins, Coach Gerber was on there. You're right. Mackie. Oh yeah, JD. Yeah, Smart Guy was a vibe. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Even Stevens hanging with Mr. Cooper. Yo, stop playing, man. Stop playing, man. Morris Tills, man. TJ Henderson, Floyd Henderson, Marcus Henderson, Yvette Henderson. It was a vibe, man. That was like a what's up, my boy? What's up, my boy? I see you, man. I see you, Bernard. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to you, man. Hey, you still be at the Mart, man? Because I see you be tuned in, man, at certain times. I'm like, hey, I ain't know if you be on the clock or not, man. You be tuned in. No, shouts out to you, my boy. But yeah, we on that 90s nostalgia, man, for sure. But Smart Guy, bro, that was my show. That boy Taj was funny as hell, too. You know what I'm saying? And smart as hell. And I ain't gonna lie, man. What grade was that nigga really in? Because I know on the show he had got, like, bumped up, so he was going to high school early. Like, what was my boy really in middle school or something like that? Like, for real, though. I felt like he was way younger than, you know what I'm saying? Of course, because, you know, he was a smart guy. That was the whole, you know, catch for the show. But I'm like, man, Buddy didn't even hit puberty yet, I felt like it at some point on the show, man. But, I mean, that's what made it good. You feel what I'm saying? Like I said, the coming of age story, too. And then you still had the brother, you know what I'm saying? You still had Marcus that was always getting into trouble. Marcus was hooping, too. You know what I'm saying? Maurice, you feel what I'm saying? He was a vibe. There was Marcus' like best friend, you know what I mean? And I think at one point he started liking Yvette too. Yvette was tough though, for real. You know what I'm saying? For sure. That was a cool ass family. I remember the pops too, you know what I'm saying? The pops used to work, you know what I'm saying? I always teaching them life lessons and all that stuff too. And that was cool too, man. I ain't gonna lie. We're kind of missing that element too, you know what I'm saying? With my pops, like, to a degree, you feel me? Just, you know, as I was getting older and certain things too, because I lost my pops early, like, it was cool to watch these type of shows with that type of dynamic, you know what I'm saying, with the father figures on there, man. Like Smart Guy, sister, you know what I'm saying, they had their pops on there. A lot of them, man. The hanging with Mr. Cooper, You know what I'm saying? The cousin Skeeter. I know he had like a pops and all. Like, it was just cool, man. You feel me? It was always cool to see that though, for sure. You feel me? On that, and these is classic shows. Like, they classics, man. I could watch these, man. You know what I'm saying? All day. And I need to really go back to a marathon too of some of these too to catch back up on it, man. Because if you know, you know. It was a whole vibe, y'all. This was one too, man. R.I.P. to I think what was his name? Like Shay Jackson or something. This was cool though. I'm not gonna lie. Famous Jet Jackson was that show, bruh. Famous Jet Jackson was a whole vibe. Like at 1.2. That's the part where I'm like, man, y'all. That was like some of these we won't never get back. I don't even want to say get back, but like it was literally moments. You know what I'm saying? In our childhood. Famous Jet Jackson was like that cool little action pack, you know what I'm saying? Little Disney show. Like, of course, you had the comedy, you know what I'm saying? You had like the sports movies, you had like the family theme, you know what I'm saying? Joints and all that. But like Famous Jet Jackson was like the action part, you feel what I'm saying? Of like the TV lineup that we used to have. If you want to see the action and the gadgets and all that, you feel me? Famous Jet Jackson always came with something cool like that, like almost like futuristic. You feel me? And it was a show, bruh. It was a good show. I really gotta like go back to a lot of these too, man. And the thing I will say about the new generation, the new era now is the streaming, bruh. So I can literally go back for real if I wanted to, you know what I'm saying, to rewatch a lot of these, man. Cause I gotta catch like a classic episode of Famous Jet Jackson. And not only that, like even the way it looked. The graphics and all that was way different. If you know that you know, you feel what I'm saying? For real, man. If you know, then you know, y'all, for real. Malcolm in the Middle, I remember that, man. They actually coming out with it. They recasting, so that's cool. Yes, sir. This is actually not true. Because I played with a lot of hoopers, you know what I'm saying, teammates. And white man can definitely jump. You know what I'm saying? I will say that. But for the classic of the show, I mean for the movie, it was fire. Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes, but this might be one of the coolest movies I ever watched, definitely. You know what I'm saying? Classic for sure. And I was still way super little then, so I ain't watching it until, you know what I'm saying, I got older, but this was that movie. Woody Harrelson, I real talk, bro. I think Woody Harrelson really can hoop. Him and Wesley at one point, because of course it's a movie, but we talking about classic days. So even at the classic times, you know what I'm saying, like throwback movies like this, they was really out there acting. You feel what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he had to get busy a little bit, you know what I'm saying, on the court. And that boy Woody Harrelson, you know what I'm saying, slick, was hooping for real. And I know Woody Harrelson was out there, you know what I'm saying, above the rim. And like I said, me personally, I had a few teammates, I'm talking about above the rim too, like windmill and all type of stuff, you know what I'm saying, like fire. If you know, you know. You feel what I'm saying? For sure. I'm talking about tough with the rock too, man. I remember my boy, I'm trying to remember my boy that they was talking about like crazy, man. Zach McKenzie. And it was another dude, man, when I was in Florida, man, I know was real tough, y'all. Was tough, man. But I remember Zach McKenzie was one of them, man. You feel me? And even in college, man, a few. My boy, oh yeah, my boy Dylan too, man. My boy Dylan, man. That's what I'm saying. Hold on, man. I'm talking about stupid high flyer too, y'all. Stupid high flyer. Make sure I got these names right. 1 second. I said Dylan. I'm pretty sure it was Dylan. But yeah, man, this was a classic right here, for real. This movie right here, man, that goes like Out of basketball movies that's nostalgic for real, or like real good basketball movies, like even if you're talking about from then to now, White Man Can't Jump definitely got to be on that list. Top 10 for sure. Definitely got to be on the list. George Lopez show. See, that's what I'm saying. That was a classic too as well. That was a classic, man. When we had the family sitcoms, they used to come on, you know what I'm saying? Like religiously, you feel me? Coming on multiple ones, you feel me? Whole family with the comedy, you know what I'm saying? With the family vibes, like teaching, you know, morals, all that type of stuff. We had good family TV shows, man. George Lopez was a good one. If you know, you know. If you know, then you know. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh. Wow. Stop playing, man. 90s after school essentials. Game Boy Color was definitely fire. Game Boy Color was definitely fire. If you know, you know. Pokemon cards was it for show too. Anybody that really slick got their Pokemon card collection, bro, I guarantee you on legendary status right now. If you literally kept your Pokemon cards, for how nostalgic that was, them little glow, the ones that used to glow up, to change colors, all that type of stuff, like folks was serious about their Pokemon card collection. If you know, you know, they was serious about their Pokemon card collection, bro. The same way y'all, you know what I'm saying, collecting shoes and cars and all that, the Pokemon card collection was no games to ever be played with in life. You feel me? You was laminating them cards, putting them in the little slip sometimes too to make sure the card don't crease, all different stuff like that. If you know, then you know. Lunchables. Right there on there too, when Lunchables was popping like that. You feel what I'm saying? With the little snack on there, you had the pizza joint, you had the nacho joint, you had the sandwich joint, you know what I'm saying, the little mini ones too as well. If you know, then you know how fire these was, y'all. The bike, you see the bike. I went rocking with that regular joint though, you feel what I'm saying? Like I said, we had the mongoose bikes with the pads. Shouts out to my parents for sure, for looking out with that. I had the yellow one, my brother had the blue one. Messed up though, you feel what I'm saying? Because I mean, hey, sometimes it's where you be, man. You feel what I'm saying? We wasn't in the burbs then, you feel me? We was over in East Lake, you know what I'm saying? If you know about East Lake, then you know Hillside, Clubside, Greenside, Lakeside. Everybody had their sides, you feel what I'm saying? Of course, like it wasn't no beef or nothing like that, but I'm saying like that's how we did it, you know what I'm saying? That's how we named them, and I don't even think they was, nah, that is how they did. That's how they did the names. But they revamped it from East Lake Meadows. But you know what I'm saying? You had Clubside, they had the pool, you know, little cool vibe over there. You know, they was one of the originators. We had Hillside, me and my boy US, Trayon, you feel what I'm saying? Everybody that was over on our side, you know what I'm saying? A whole crew, man. Hillside coming up that hill right there, you know what I'm saying? We used to play football outside. Used to flip on out the swings over there. My boy DeMario and Shamaria, you know what I'm saying? They used to live over there too. Like, bruh, it was the vibe. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that was the neighborhood. Then you had Clubside, my boy D, you know what I'm saying? Everybody that was over there too. Alfonso and all them, man, you know what I'm saying? Whole vibe over there too as well. Clubside, you know, little townhouse, little setup. Then you had Greenside. Greenside was really like the new one. You know what I'm saying? Greenside was like the new setup, where they had the whole little field right there in the middle too, where folks used to play football at, you know what I'm saying, the hoop at and all that. But like those were the real football games, throw them up, bust them up and all that over there on Greenside. But yo, we had the bikes, and they stole the bikes, man, off the top of the apartments. And bro, we was on the second floor, bro. That's the crazy part still to this day. I'm like, bro, you had to be strategic to be able to do that, because it was split. Like, you couldn't go from the steps to try to crawl around over there, because it was a big ass gap right there from like the little balcony spot right there, right, with the window, you know what I'm saying, our mama room was at, and then the balcony, and then like another window where me and my brother room was at, you know what I'm saying, at first, you know, yeah, me and my brother room. So bro, even if you want to jump on top from the second apartment down, bro, you had to like lift yourself up high enough to be able to crawl up there, pull all the way up there, then throw the bikes down, bro. Bikes was hard though. Ped. If you know what I'm talking about with the peds, then you know what I'm talking about, bro. 2 pairs on the front, 2 pairs on the back. You feel what I'm saying? Ride to the corner store, down the hill, whatever the case may be. Like, we had fire bikes, bro. If you had that mongoose with the pads, you were cool as hell. If you know what I'm talking about, bro. For real. Like, straight nostalgia, man. Shouts out to my boy US, man, too. If you know, you know. You know what I mean? If you know, you know. Dreamcast, that wasn't quite my era. You know what I'm saying? We was on the PlayStations for sure by then. You know what I'm saying? We were definitely on that Super Nintendo, though. You know, classics for that. My mama definitely had that Super Nintendo. But we was on that PlayStation by then. That Spyro the Dragon, you know what I'm saying? We was on that N64 too, so if you know, you know. Space Jam and Lion King was the movies too, for real. Classic nostalgia. That original Space Jam was fire. Me personally, I like the original over the new Space Jam. I'm gonna keep it real, no cap. You feel what I'm saying? And it ain't just about the nostalgia. The first one with Jordan on there, with Bugs Bunny and all them, like Muggsy Bogues, Sean Bradley, I think it was Larry Hughes on there. I know Charles Barkley, fire. It wasn't even really about just the graphics like that. It was the whole aesthetic of the game. Bill Murray, I think he came out at the end too. It was just fire with the Monstars, bro. The original Monstars. The first one was better, man. Lion King classic too as well. If you know, you know. Lion King is a certified classic, bro. Simba, Mufasa, Scar, like, come on, bro. You know. As a kid, you watched both of those movies for sure. If you know, you know. Surge, I didn't never really rock with that shit. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I know what Surge is, you feel me? Cool. You feel me? I ain't rock with it. Probably the Sprite, the Mundo Juice for sure from the corner store. You already know what I'm talking about. Mundo Juice, the Surge. I wasn't really rocking with that. The Kool-Aid Jammers for sure. The little joints with the twist. Remember that little butterfly twist on one of the drinks? You used to twist off a drink like that too. If you know, you know about that one too as well. You feel what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? As well. Chef Boyardee definitely was tough. Pop that can open, throw that bad boy in a little, you know what I'm saying, pan. Quick heat up the ravioli, the SpaghettiOs, all that good stuff, the ramens, however you want to call it. You feel what I'm saying? We was growing up on them classics, my boy. Chef Boyardee was clutch. Any quick meal like that was clutch. Easy Mac, Chef Boyardee. You know what I'm saying? The Uncrustables, all that. Like, if it was quick, especially after school or whatever the case may be, we was rocking with it. And we was outside, if you know what I mean. We was outside, bro. Everybody was outside vibing the whole time. We wasn't playing no games. None at all, y'all. No games at all. No games at all. Yo. This one was tough, y'all. I had to remember this. Yeah, Indian in the cupboard, bruh. I remember this. I remember this, y'all. Indian in the cupboard, man. Cause I think like it was like, yeah, I remember. Cause they were stick figures or something, and then they end up turning into like real like life size, like little small people. Bruh, that was that movie. That's crazy. See how like the nostalgia coming back with these, bruh. Indian in the cupboard was crazy. Let me see what else. Oh, they got other names on here. Oh yeah. Hey Arnold, Yup, Rocket Power, Powerpuff Girls, Dragon Ball Z, Johnny Bravo, Pokemon, Indian in the Cupboard, Gremlins, Never Ending Story, dang, Lion King, Aladdin, and Toy Story. Oh yeah, see, straight vibe, man. If you know, straight vibe, y'all. Straight vibe, man. Indian in the Cupboard, y'all. That's crazy. I remember that one. Another basketball classic, y'all. If you know, you know. Above the rim, man. Dwayne Martin. Dwayne Martin was hooping on here. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Dwayne Martin was the truth, bro. At 1.2, I thought Dwayne Martin was really a hooper. I'm not even gonna lie. Similar to like Jesus Shuttlesworth, you feel what I'm saying? Similar to that. And that boy Leon, you know what I'm saying? Leon was super too. Leon's actually a acting legend. If you know, you know. And Marlon Wayne's on there, man. And that boy Tupac. This a classic. I ain't even gonna lie to you. This goes on my top basketball movies, you know what I'm saying, for sure, of all time, man. Of all time. And like really, to be honest, this cracking the top 5 for me. Above the Rim was clutch. Again, I was very young when this came out. But like I said, once I actually saw it when I got a little older, Above the Rim's a classic. If you know, you know, you know what I'm saying? This is a classic movie for real. But he trying to hoop, get out the hood, all that. You already know, you know what I'm saying? You know, Tupac and his crew, you feel me? From the streets, all that good stuff, gambling on the games and all that too as well. If you know, you know. It's a classic. If you don't know about it, even in the new generation, y'all gotta watch Above the Rim, man. Don't sleep on it at all. Don't sleep on it. Yeah, Blockbuster in the 90s, mom was letting you pick two movies in one game. I'll show y'all this one. This was a classic though. Small Soldiers, fire movie for real. Problem Child, that was a fire movie too. Three Ninjas, I've said this multiple times, one of the best like kid movies to come out for sure when I was younger. Tommy, Cole, Tom, and Rocky for sure. Hands down, don't ever play with it. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? That was a good one too. I remember watching that, y'all. With Lola Rabbit. The game, Donkey Kong Worlds, NBA Jams. I can't remember what that third one was. I'm picking NBA Jams too, regardless for sure. I'm picking NBA Jams, Small Soldiers, and Three Ninjas. Guaranteed. Come on, bro. Honorable mention, I would say. Problem Child was a good one too. I would say that as an honorable mention for sure. I will say that. But you know what, man? I'm going to save a lot of these, man. Like I said, I'm going to save them for the next go round, man. Came in on a quick stream for y'all, man. If you know, you know. You feel what I'm saying? Throwback Thursdays, man, for real, with your boy Treble. If you know, then you know, man. You feel what I'm saying? Appreciate everybody tuning in, you know what I'm saying, for a quick stream tonight, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Follow me on all the platforms listed below, y'all. TikTok, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram. Casual conversations across the nation. Cool vibes weekly, y'all. You know what I mean? I shall be back again. You already know what it is, man. Each and every time, man. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the love.